right here. I think it'll work there. That little wooden wheel, and this tube would slide in and out in those days. There's a black tube inside of that. And so they focused and focused and focused, and the image got smaller and smaller and smaller and closer to focus. And then they ran out of focus travel. And the telescope, and the star wasn't clear yet, so the world's largest telescope did not work.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. But it's a 6-hour horse ride in deep snow down the mountain, and there's no Twitter or Telegram, there's nothing. So I said, we've got a short time.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Swayze of Warner and Swayze, who built, they were a big company from Cleveland, Ohio, built most of the mounts in the late 1800s with these big refractors. Mr. Swayze was here. So he said, I think I know what's going on.
Exactly.
He took the eyepiece out, the whole eyepiece end off, put a piece of ground glass in there and said, yep, 6 inches too long. In their final polishing, they shortened the focal length a little bit. So get me a hacksaw and we'll be up and running in no time. So he sawed off 6 inches of the tube liner up there and then put the eyepiece back in, and the telescopes work perfectly ever since.
Oh, wow.
And we call that cylinder Swayze's cut. You know, it's like 10 inches in diameter and 6 inches tall.
Wow.
Just this cylinder. And it's been lost. So nobody knows who took it. But after that, the telescope worked fine. January 7th was the next time they used this telescope, January 7th, 1888, and they discovered a new gap in the rings of Saturn. Those of you that are into astronomy may know of Encke's gap. There's a big gap in the middle of the rings called Cassini that was discovered in the 1600s. But this tiny little gap right near the outside of the rings, Mr. Keeler found it, who was really sharp-eyed, very good astronomer. And he saw it, but he gave it to a man named Encke, who was a comet hunter of the late 1800s. And so in his honor, he graciously gave it away. And the Cassini spacecraft that was just at Saturn gave Keeler his own gap recently, because there's lots of gaps in the rings of Saturn. Cassini orbited Saturn for a long, long time. But major discoveries, the first time you used the telescope, because it was significantly larger than other telescopes. And with telescopes, like paychecks and nuclear bombs, bigger is better, sort of, unless it's falling on your head. But for looking through and seeing faint things, you want a lot of what we call light gathering power, because the lens collects a huge amount of light, and then the focus runs it down to the end of the tube, and then the eyepiece mechanism sharpens it up to get it ready to go through your pupil of your eye. So take 36 inches of light and squeeze it down to less than 7 millimeters and give it to your retina, and everything is much, much, much brighter in this telescope.
Oh, wow.
So, questions? Anybody? Feel free to leave if you want to. Those of you that want to hang around and ask questions or take more pictures, let me know. But thank you for coming. Those of you that want to leave. Any questions from anybody?
Can we see the floor rise?
Pardon?
Can we see the floor rise?
The floor rise? No.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, here's what happened. We raise it and lower it several times a month to keep it in maintenance.
Yes, sure.
But 3.5, 4 years ago, I forget, someone at the UC campus in a staff meeting asked, when was the last time the 1888 floor mechanism was inspected? And we looked at each other and said, inspected? It's worked every night since 1888.
Wow.
What do you mean inspected? It works. So they sent Modern, OSHA, and everybody else down here. They looked at the mechanism under the floor for 5 minutes and said, can't use it anymore. Period.
Oh, no.
Not safe, can't use it.
Okay.
So they came in and they put a sticker over the raise and lower it button.
Wow.
You know, and so now, then we got the ladder. With the ladder, we can't look at the entire sky.
Yeah.
Now the door back there, the steel door is open.
How fast do these winds get up here?
We've had over 100 miles an hour, but today it's been about 60.
Oh, that's not
So 57 miles an hour. I don't know how many of you saw all the tree parts down in the road.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. This is a bad windy day up here, but it does get worse.
okay.
And the coldest I ever was sitting outside as a laser adaptive optics safety person, and we had 36 degrees and 65 mile an hour winds.
Oh, must have been a
this
little chilly.
is the second coldest I've ever been.
Wow. The
So
second
thank you all
coldest.
for braving
Yeah.
Mount Hamilton
Wow.
on
Chilly day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Now, are we allowed on the floor for pictures?
No.
Come on.
It's sitting up on kind of,
Oh, okay, okay.
and I wish I could.
Wow.
But yeah, it's interesting.
You do a selfie with the fucking thing.
Yes, so, oh, the stick selfie.
I passed my 72nd
yeah.
birthday.
Yeah, no.
And my brain, I get half a thought, and then my brain goes. The other night I'm teaching C++, and I started to mention something, and I lost it.
Oh yeah, you have to put it on the wall and hold it like this.
I
Look.
was going to say something really exciting. I'll remember it shortly after you leave.
Oh shit, you can't see.
But to look,
Where's Riley?
I can give you a map to go see the 3D
Ready?
telescope. The big giant dome on
I can't get no flash though.
From 8 to 5.
So if we
But
turn
you
it
can't
around, get
drive
the
up
flash.
to it. There's a gate. You have to walk up about 2/10 of a mile up a driveway there, or a road. And it's really exciting because about a quarter of the dome is glassed in, just like this. And so, you know, it's a really neat telescope. You can drive a city bus into it.
Can we go now?
Yeah, you can go now, and I can give you a map down at the gift shop.
Very
The tours are free; they're paid for by whatever shopping you do at the gift shop. Very well.
Oh, nice.
If you can still feel your fingers to get money out.
Yeah.
I will take
Right.
that tour guide now, sir.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else you'd like to ask? Any questions?
I'm just glad it's still open to the public.
Pardon?
I'm glad that it's still
Oh,
open to the
yes,
public.
yes, yes.
What's-
The 40-inch refractor in Wisconsin is closed. The University of Chicago couldn't afford it anymore. It's about an hour northwest of Chicago. Yeah, we're open. Our most recent telescope was 2009. If you go over to the 3-meter telescope, there's like a lollipop telescope with lots of lightning rods on it made of fiberglass. That was built in 2009. It's the totally robotic automated planet finder telescope. And it's discovered lots of extrasolar planets. It runs
Wow.
itself all night long. You can go to, if you go to our website, you need to get your name on the Lick Observatory Summer Visitors Program mailing list, so that tickets for observing through this telescope and the one at the other end of the building next summer go on sale April 15th. And so
How much does that run?
from somewhere between 50 and 80, depending on how long you're here. Friday nights we have science talks and viewing. Saturday nights we have concert and viewing.
Sleepover?
No.
Damn, that would have been cool. Stay up here overnight.
I wish we could,
Yeah.
but I can't even get a sleepover, and I work here. We raised holy heck with the observatory administration.
Yeah. Who are the
I
who's
could get to pay for my
who stays at the little houses over here along the road?
Most of those are occupied. We've got about 30 people living up here now. But
Oh,
at the
that's
turn of
cool.
the century, when this opened, we had 100.